Hollywood heartthrob and Lost star Matthew Fox has revealed what he believes is the vital ingredient to a successful marriage. What might that be, you ask, eh? Rowing. Yes, Matthew says that his marriage is a success because, quote, we fight well and we never hold things in. So, is it better out than in? Is a good old-fashioned row and snarl up the secret to long-term success?
I think it's it is very damaging to suppress anything that's bothering you. You have to vent, if you like. But I've learnt bitter lessons about this. I do have a tendency to vent, and it seems like nothing to me, but of course I'm sure I scare the living daylights out of whoever's around at the time. But it really is a vent. Once it's done, it's over, move on, forgotten. Yeah, it can be quite scary at times.
Have you always been able to do that?
No, I think that's part of the problem, is that if you don't address a problem in the appropriate time, at the appropriate place, what happens is you then vent it in a completely inappropriate way, completely wrong person, completely wrong time, and that's not going to do anybody any good.
And so, that's probably the definition of a row, isn't it, as opposed to just a sort of heated argument. A row is when you lose it completely and you say things you shouldn't really say, and
there's
it's
a line,
very damaging.
There is a line, and you don't go there, because once that line is crossed, then trust is gone, and etc.
I have to say, I think Peter needs lessons, really. I mean, we're so mismatched. My husband doesn't know how to row. You can't get him to do it, and sometimes I find that really quite frustrating, because I think it can be quite useful to clear as long as you don't go too far, just sort of clear the air. But he can't do it. He just can't do it.
It's very frustrating to have a partner who doesn't react, because then you just go out and go out and go out and go until they do, and there's big trouble.
But I suppose one person's kind of row as well is another person's just sort of bit of a heated discussion. You know, I mean, people have different thresholds, don't they, for this?
Yeah, well, I'm not confrontational at all. I hate confrontation. But I'll sit down and discuss something. If there's a problem, I'll discuss it. But it has been the bane of Ray's life, is the fact that, you know, if I'm really annoyed about something, I'll just walk out the room. Or if he's really annoyed, he'll start shouting and I'll walk out the room, because I just think, oh, do you know what?
Do you never raise your voice?
I can't be bothered. No, well, I won't raise my voice if the kids are anywhere in the vicinity, because I can't bear the thoughts of them being scared or uncomfortable because mum and dad are rowing. And by the time the kids aren't in the vicinity, I'm over the row. I just think, oh, do you know what? I can't be bothered. I don't even know what I was angry at now.
There you go. It's kind of been that important then.
Well, it isn't to me, but it is to him. And he will push, and it will make him more annoyed, the fact you know, for 9 years or whatever, he's been going, will you say something back? And then recently, not at Ray, but I had a massive, I mean massive, screaming the house down row with somebody.
No.
Yeah, and it was 20 years' worth of pent-up aggression, I think.
This is recently, Coleen?
Well, a few months ago, about 3 months ago. And it was so funny because, you know, my other sisters were there and Ray was there, and everyone just went deathly quiet because they've never, ever heard me shout. And it was, like you say, it was over something actually quite trivial, but it was been building up, and it'd been things that I'd gone, oh, I can't be bothered, it's not worth it, and then all of a sudden it was, you know. And I have to say that, firstly, then I went up to my bedroom, and Ray came up and went, I'm so proud of you. 9 years I've waited to hear that. And I said to him, do you know what? I feel really good. I mean, I didn't feel good about the row because I didn't actually like upsetting the person and them upsetting me. But all the issues I'd had were then completely gone. And in actual fact, I'm closer to that person now than I've ever been, because I've no more issues with them, because they're out there.
That's because you've got it off your chest,
yeah,
isn't it?
And that was a lot of issues.
Yeah, big
You, of course, wouldn't know.
No.
You must have little rows.
Little issues. But you know, actually, I'm actually quite confrontational. Not in that kind of... I hope not that in that combative way.
You love a row.
But I'm quite upfront with somebody, in as much as I think I'd rather talk to somebody about something that bothers me than talk about them. Big believer in that. So I don't know if that constitutes a row. Yeah.
Really?
But recently, towards the tail end of last year, there was somebody that I'd fallen out with, and this person had hurt me really badly, really, really badly. And we hadn't spoken for a long time, and then we did, and we had this kind of... I don't know if it would constitute a row, but we had a big, clear-the-air conversation, and I always thought that if I'd had a chance to kind of air my grievances with this person, that that she and I would see eye to eye again, and that I would feel so much better for having said, right, this, you need to hear this, and this. And it didn't make me feel any better. And it's really made me rethink my attitude towards just being so combative all the time.
I think sometimes you have to go, it's not worth it.
It is. I think age teaches you that.
Yeah.
But things said in anger are never good,
That's why I hate
are they?
rows, 'cause no one
You do learn that
listens.
with age.
So I never row.
What are we going to do with her?
Well, you're no good to us, are you? What are you going to talk about? Seriously, you never row.
We debate. We have heated debates.
Does he do as he's told?
Yeah, I wish.
Trust me, now you're on Loose Women, you'll be having loads of rows.
Somebody told me, they warned me, oh, be careful about that.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll
So I'm
know
looking forward to
everything
it.
Go on weeknight,
Lesley.
you can have a good old dust up. Start the weekend as you mean to go on, that's what I say. OK, we're going to take a quick breather.